What's going on, guys? Dave here, the Reef Aquarium shop in Indianapolis, Indiana. It is Monday. That is the day we go live here on YouTube and do an open Q&A. So if you do have any questions, whether you are watching this live or not, go ahead and drop any questions you might have about the aquarium hobby or the Reef Aquarium shop. And stick those in the comments, and I will come back through if you haven't done so while I'm live. I'll come back through and answer those questions for you once I see them. So while we're here and while you're here, go ahead and hit that like button for me. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification, and that's going to let you know every time we go live like this, and every time we post new content, which I didn't post any new content last week. I have been very, very busy over here at the shop, and the biggest reason I've been very busy here at the shop is we are putting together all of our Black Friday sales. So we are super excited. We announced one of them on our Facebook page already. That's going to be the AquaTop Forza canisters at like 50% off on Black Friday, and then 30% off through Christmas. And the amazing part about our Black Friday sales is, okay, look, guys, we are still in the middle of a pandemic, and coming and trying to pack yourselves into one small space is ridiculous. So we decided to take Black Friday and not only extend it through just the weekend like we typically have in the past, but these deals are going to be good all the way through Christmas. Now, that AquaTop deal is the only one, there might be one more, but one of the only ones, if not the only one, that's actually going to change after Black Friday. The rest of these deals are all going to remain the same all the way up until Christmas. And we wanted to do that, one, not only just, you know, out of concern for your safety, but two, we just, everyone's gone through a tough year this year, and we just wanted to give you the best deals possible for as long as we can. Now, the reason we're changing that AquaTop deal from 50% down to 30% is because we can't maintain that margin on those AquaTops for that entire run. So that's got to be just like a one hit only on Black Friday, 50% off. But we're just trying to give you the best deals that we can, and we're excited for all of these, really, but a lot of these. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and announce our next Black Friday deal. So first we had the AquaTops that we announced last week, and now let me pop it up here. Well, that too, but boom, actually, let's just make that full screen. Well, my Black Friday sale is now just covering that, but the Black Friday sale, Cobalt, the c-vue 18. Now you might be asking, Dave, didn't you already have the c-vue 18 on sale? Yes, we do. The normal list price is like $2 something. We have it currently for $189.99. So it was already on sale, but starting Black Friday all the way through Christmas, we're dropping those even lower to $149.99. They're super cool kits, and I am actually going to show you one here in just a little bit. Plus, if you haven't been following along on our channel, you may not have seen these yet, but we also did a whole series on them, setting them up and things you can do in them in freshwater. Specifically, we set it up as a freshwater tank, but they're great as saltwater tanks as well. So if you are watching this after we have gone live, above you should be a little link now. And if you're interested, you can check out those c-vue 18s and how to set them up and what we did for it. Very excited to announce that those will be going on an even bigger discount starting on Black Friday. So yeah, that is my Black Friday spiel. So again, we will be announcing all of these Black Friday sales all the way up until the Monday before Black Friday, in which we will basically release our whole catalog of sales that we have going on, so you have them all in one place, and we're going to be dropping those on all of our platforms. Well, I mean, there's not a good way for me to drop that here, so check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Facebook is where we're going to be most active on announcing those deals, so definitely watch out for that. So that is the Black Friday sales. Let's see here. Real quick before we get into the gifts and what to get an aquarist, because aquarists are kind of hard to get gifts for. But I do want to give you a few updates on what's going on at the shop. If you saw our Instagram post earlier today, you see we kind of just redid our 315-gallon freshwater display entirely. And we have kind of been teasing you guys about what we're going to be putting in there. So if you want to jump on Instagram, check out the scape. I'm falling here. Check out the scape we've got going in the 315 and shoot us a guess as to what you think the show fish in there is going to be. Also, you only have a few days left to put your submissions in for our photo of the month contest on Facebook. This month's theme is being thankfulness. I've had a hard time in my head trying to, I guess not market this, but explain it succinctly. But basically, you're going to take a picture of your tank as well as something that you are thankful for. So get those. You can see some examples there on the main Facebook page in that post that I made earlier today and put up a reminder post. So it's got all the details there. You can see some examples of what people did last year. So check that out. And if you feel so inclined, definitely pop a submission in and that'll be cool. All right, moving along, let's check in on the comments. What's going on? Audrey has been waiting for a minute. Apparently, when I set this up, I usually try setting this up about an hour beforehand, and I will kind of just get my lighting set and all that. So I guess there was like during this entire like hour or so period where I've been setting up and had this program open that I'm using, StreamYard. You can see in the corner there. I love this thing. It's great. So if you do stuff like this, I highly recommend this program. But apparently it says that there is a scheduled live stream, and you can actually like start commenting and stuff like that on the live stream before I even go live. I didn't know that was happening, so I'm going to try to not let you or not be on the hook for so long, I guess, and try to be a little quicker about that. Anyway, apologies to everyone who was just sitting there waiting on that. I guess it does that every time. Let's see here. I love sales. Me too. Let's see here, hitting up questions. We do try to run this as a Q&A. So regardless of what my topic is today, it's gifts for aquarists. If you have any questions about aquarium keeping, whether you're seeing this live or not, go ahead and drop them in the comments. I will answer those for you. What are the freshwater version of copepods or whatever those tiny little things in my... Okay, so C-Nasty5, 1985 is asking about what the freshwater version of copepods are called. And typically the most common one is Daphnia, and those look very similar to the copepods you see running around. But if you're looking for more freshwater information on that, yeah, look up Daphnia, and you're going to get something similar. At least to see, you know, whatever information you're trying to get on them. They're cool. They can help feed your fish depending on what fish you have, help clean up extra detritus and stuff in your tank. Some people don't like them because they look creepy crawly, I guess. I enjoy having them in my tank. It's another living thing in there and proof that I'm doing something right, I think. I think. So yeah, look up Daphnia, and we actually a lot of people will get the frozen Daphnia that we sell and feed those to their fish. So pretty beneficial there. All right, let's jump into the topic of the day here, and that is the best gift for an aquarist. Especially if you're not an aquarium keeper yourself, you know, or you may be finding out just how difficult it is to get a gift for someone who has a tank, because you just don't know exactly what's going to go well in their tank. You don't know what their specific aesthetic is. Buying like a piece of decoration is hard. Even buying like anything living is difficult, because you just really have to know their setup kind of in and out, and as well as they do, and that's definitely not always going to be the case. So I'm here to help you out and give you the our kind of top 6 picks for the best gifts for aquarists, especially if you don't know a lot about their setup. Well, not the first. I'm going to kind of go in backwards order here as to like what my recommendations are. And I actually have, as you can see next to me here, a table full of things. And let's see if I can, you're always seeing a small corner of it. Let me see if I can, hopefully without knocking anything over, including my lighting that you can't see. There we go. Hey, much better. All right, so actually I'm gonna hide this so you can have a better view of what I've got going on here. But the first thing I would recommend, this is super cool. We have these in the store. This is the Coral View lens by Polyp Lab. And what this is you can see it's a little clip that goes over a cell phone or tablet camera, and it can actually so for corals, a lot of, you might have looked into this before if you're a reef keeper and keep like really cool types of corals. It's a light filter that allows your phone camera to actually pick up the kind of light and coloration that you are seeing with your eye, because you might have figured out, especially if you keep corals, it doesn't translate well always onto your camera. This A, fixes that issue, and B, even better, there is a macro lens on this as well. So you can actually interchange 2 different lenses: the color lens that makes your corals really pop out nice and bright and gives them the coloration that you're seeing with your eye through your camera, and then the macro lens, which you can run both of them or just one at a time. You don't have to run them simultaneously. You absolutely can, but the macro lens gets you a closer shot of what you're looking at. So like, you know, you're zooming in on something and it's just really fuzzy on your phone because you're too close to it, right? Pop the macro lens over it and that clears it up so much. I'm gonna actually try to, someone is open to this already, making it a little difficult to get out here. So I don't want to break the box or anything. Being gentle as I can. Whenever you get something out of the box, it never goes back in the same way. All right, so there's your little clip there. Awesome. And then your 2 lenses have individual cases. There's your macro lens. This is that color lens. And then you can see they've got a nice little foam block that they fit right into there. And then you just use this box that it comes in as your case, and it even has a little cloth to clean that off. Pretty sweet. And these are only, we sell them for $40. So pretty cheap, pretty easy gift. And even if I know I'm talking about this color lens, but even this is great for freshwater as well, especially if you're keeping nano tanks, shrimp tanks, anything nice and tiny. This is a fantastic gift for any aquarist of that nature. Yeah, the Polyp Lab Coral View lens. Next up, this has nothing, well, okay, this has almost nothing to do with their tank, but these green PLECO plushies, I cannot get enough of them. So they don't make, to my knowledge, any saltwater versions of this yet, but they should. Green PLECO is awesome. So they're these little stuffed plecos that mimic actual real life plecos. This one's the Royal PLECO. And they have a little suction cup on the bottom of them where they're on their mouth so that they will stick to something just like a pleco would. And they're great on the side of your aquarium, sitting in your car, a mirror, pretty good stuff. So as you can see, there's a bunch of them, the Scarlet Pleco. Oh, some of them even own, I have so much light going on, but some of them even glow in the dark. I have to, guys. Hang on. Give me just a moment here, and I'm going to show you just what I'm talking about. 2 seconds. Hang on. I'm sticking this in front of a light. Okay. I'm going to see if... Oh, come on now. I don't know if this is going to work because of my computer screen. Anyway, take my word for it. These things glow in the dark, and they do it very, very well. Okay. Fail. And that was supposed to come back on, and it didn't because I didn't plug it in. Yay. All right. All that for nothing. Great. So anyway, some of these glow in the dark. They even have little cories, suction cups as well. All of them have the suction cups. This goldfish is awesome. They even have shrimps and betas and frontosas. There's several different kinds of cories. Anyway, these things are awesome and start at like $10.99 and go up from there. They even have like this 2.5, 3 foot zebra pleco that glows in the dark. It's awesome. So those are super cool. And I don't care what kind of aquarist you are, old, young, they're cool. They're super cool, and I would love to get those in a stocking or just as a regular gift. So anyway, green plecos, that's my next recommendation. After that, now be sure this next one is going to need some a little bit of investigation first. So A, make sure they don't have something like this already, and B, make sure they're able to use something like this. But my next recommendation, and I just did a review on these a little bit ago, is the Python water changing systems. This is the 25-foot water changing system. But if you've ever seen them carrying around buckets to change their water, this might be a super good investment for you to make for them. So this is the 25-foot version. They make a 50, a 75, and a 100-foot as well. There's 20-foot extensions. There's also different accessories, but this is a complete kit. This is all they need to get started. And what this is it's a hose that attaches to your sink. That way you can siphon the water from your tank directly to the sink, and you flip a switch and you're filling your tank back up again. So you eliminate the need for buckets. This is amazing. And if you want to learn more about them, check out the video that I did It should be just a couple videos back from this one, actually, if you're looking on our main page there. But I will also, if you're not watching this live, I will link that above me as well if you wanted to check those out. So Python water changing systems, they're amazing. All right, before I get into the next one, let's check in on comments here. It's Nasty says, thanks. Yeah, not a problem. I have Paleo Aiden says, I have a scarlet one on the side of my tank. My brother has a green one too. Aren't these super cool? Talking about the green PLECO plushies. I love these. I have like 5 of them at home. They're a little bit of everywhere, and I probably need a few more. So the green PLECO plushies you can find here at the shop, the Reef Aquarium shop, Indianapolis, Indiana. We are very close to hopefully selling them on our store as well, which I'm going to talk about our store in just a moment. Which don't get too excited. Honestly, it's not that great yet, but we are verging on awesomeness, and I promise you that. So, but we'll talk about that here in a minute. Anything glow in the dark. That one guy says Python is a must for bigger tanks. 100% agree with you, that one guy. 100. Honestly, I'll tell people anything like 30 gallons and above, or if you have more than 5 tanks over 10 gallons, just get a Python. It's worth it. It's worth it. All right, check those out. Let's move on. We just talked about the Python. The next one I'm going to talk about is the mag float. The mag float is amazing. This is when I had people over at my house on a frequent basis, I never had to scrape the algae off my tank because people did it for me because I had one of these. This is a device that you're going to stick the outside of it on the outside of the tank, the inside of it on the inside of the tank. In here is a little algae scrubber. On the other side is a little glass polisher, and it's a magnet. You just take it and you just wipe it across the tank, and it basically cleans the tank for you. People are amazed by this, especially if they don't have an aquarium at home, or if they've not seen one of these yet, and they will sit there and scrub your tank for you. I promise. It's amazing. It comes in several different sizes to fit just about any size tank you want. And they have these, if I don't know, there we go. You can see this little bracket right here. There's attachments where you can actually put a scraper blade on these and use a scraper blade with a magnet. Amazing. So I highly recommend these. They make a great gift. They will tell you on the package there what they're rated up to with as far as what size recommendation and the glass thickness recommendation. So if you know one or both of those things about that person's tank, this is a safe bet, especially if you know they don't have one already. So yeah, cool stuff. And that is my next recommended. After that, so what aquarist doesn't want another tank? If you're keeping one tank already, odds are that even if you don't know it yet, you want another tank. So the best thing to do for one of the best things to do, and this is number 2 on the list before I get to the best thing you can do for an aquarist as far as a gift. So my number 2 thing is an all-in-one system. Hang on. This bad boy right here, you might be familiar. I already told you I was going to talk about them. Let's see if I can do this without wrecking the table. The c-vue, the Cobalt c-vue 18. How about a little bit of this action? There we go. The Cobalt c-vue 18 is amazing. Really just, and this is the smallest one Cobalt makes. This is a little hefty for what you think that particular person is going to want. There are plenty of other options as well. Anything from like 2.5 gallon all-in-one kits all the way up to like 40, 50 gallon all-in-one kits. So definitely drop by the shop. We've got a bunch of options for these kinds of things, but one of our favorites obviously has been the cobalts, and specifically the 18s have been great just because they're a nice, small, easy to do tank, great for beginners. All the filtration is included in the back. The only thing that this one doesn't come with is lighting. That way you can customize it between saltwater and freshwater. This will work with either one. So if you don't know whether they would want salt or fresh, grab them this, don't do the light yet, and just be like, here you go, get the light for whatever you need. Or if you wanted to find that out as well, there's also kits that are going to come with your lighting, filtration, and all of that as well, both for freshwater and saltwater. Every aquarist wants another tank. Again, whether they know it or not, they want another tank. So that is my number 2 pick and my number 1 pick for what to get an aquarist, especially if you don't know what they have. That's this bad boy right here. This is a gift card to our shop. So you just hand them a gift card to our shop. They know their tank better than anybody else is going to. So they're really going to be the ones that are going to be as knowledgeable to know what they want to put in there. So you hand them something like this and it's going to be perfect because you're never going to get the wrong thing when you get a gift card. Now, speaking of gift cards, let me set this real quick. But speaking of gift cards, we can actually purchase them from our website, and I'm going to show you that right now. Once I pull it, there we go. That's what I want. Yeah, so if you go to TheReefIndy.com, you're going to see up in the bar here, you can actually, it gives you a little rundown of what we've got, some of our reviews. You can book services through our website, see store hours, how to get there, and a few of the brands we carry. This also links you to any of our social media outlets as well. But one of the coolest things here, in addition to a few others, is the in-stock. This gets updated at least every Friday, if not maybe a touch earlier sometimes, just depends on when the shipments come in. This isn't our whole stock, but it shows you what came in new for the week. It also shows you what kind of services you can get. And we finally get into the shop. Now, in the shop, all you can purchase right now are gift certificates. And they will be sent wherever you need them to be sent, but they can only be used in our location currently. Now, like I said, we are getting ready to beef this up. We're making that happen as quick as we possibly can, but we're not trying to rush this into something that is not functional. That being said, it's happening soon. We will very soon be able to do what you see, what you get for rocks, driftwood. We'll actually be setting up complete deco sets. Like you can see the scape sitting there in front of you, and you say, I want that. You will get all those exact pieces sent to your door with a picture of how to put them back together exactly how you saw them. That's just one of the things. We're going to be doing WYSIWYG corals, live plants. That is all coming down the pipeline. So buckle in and stay tuned for that. But again, gift cards are the best thing to get an aquarist if you don't already know what to get them. So find their favorite spot. Hopefully it's the Reef Aquarium shop in Indianapolis, Indiana, and get a gift card from there. And that's my spiel on that. Now, also what I wanted to talk about in addition to gift card, or in addition to gift cards, in addition to my favorite things to get for an aquarist, I also wanted to go over things that you do not want to get for an aquarist. And the main thing is livestock. Never, especially if you haven't heard them specifically ask for, if this isn't a specific request directly from them, never, ever, ever get them any kind of livestock. it's just a bad idea. They might already have what they want. What you get them might not be exactly what they were going for in that tank. It's a very it's a very niche aesthetic specific to that person. That's their environment that they've created. You know what I mean? So I'm sure there's plenty of aquarists out there that would love a mystery fish to be, you know, hey, I got you this fish, and you put it in your tank, and you know, sometimes that works, and sometimes that's great, and they love it, and a lot of times that's awful, and what you've gotten could just wreck their whole tank if you don't know exactly what it is or what it's going in with. It's easier to do that kind of thing if they have multiple tanks, but just don't. Even live plants, and especially corals, you know, don't jump into that, because you don't know what kind of setup they have. You don't know what kind of lighting they have. You don't know what kind of flow that they have and what kind of aesthetic they're going for. So never, ever, ever, ever buy livestock for someone as a gift. It's just a really bad idea. And again, unless they have directly asked for that very specific thing for on their wish list or whatever, just don't do it. It's a really bad idea. But that is the biggest thing, is just don't get any pieces of, don't get any livestock, anything living to put in there. Let the aquarist handle that. And also, kind of speaking along the same lines of aesthetic, I really wouldn't do any decorations either. Someone might be trying to go all natural, or they might not care if they go all natural. Getting them a piece of driftwood might be a bad idea, because they either A, didn't want the driftwood, or B, depending on the size of the tank, that might pull their pH down. There's a lot of factors you need to know, even in getting like decorations for someone, whether they be natural or even fake. You know, if they're fake, that might not go with their aesthetic, even if they have other fake decorations in there. So you definitely want to be mindful of the environment that they've created for themselves, because they've created that painstakingly and put a lot of thought into that usually. So yeah, that's why the things behind me, and just to go over them again real quick, that's why the things behind me make such good gifts, is because they apply to so many different situations. What's going on, Rob Aquatics? How's it going, man? The Coral View lens, and this is just in review of what we've already done real quick already, so I'm just going to do this quickly. Sorry. The Polyp Lab Coral View lens, awesome, especially for reef keepers. It's got the Coral View lens and a macro view lens. So because of that macro view lens, this is also fantastic for freshwater nano tank keepers. So if they keep a lot of small tanks, this is a great gift. It's just a little lens that's going to fit right over your phone or tablet camera, that makes the corals basically the same color on your camera as you're seeing them with your eye, because it really doesn't always translate. And this fixes that for you. Plus, if you're trying to get a really close shot, this will actually take the focus and put it a little more pinpoint in front. So it helps out a lot in getting some cool shots. So that was my first recommendation. Green PLECO plushies. Now, they don't have any of these for saltwater yet, but they are amazing and super adorable and stick to surfaces, all of them. They have different kinds of plecos. Some of them glow in the dark, like this one. Goldfish, Corydoras, Frontosas, and more. We have an entire section full of these green plecos, and there's just so many cool ones. And there's even a like 3-foot one, the zebra pleco, that glows in the dark as well. Super neat. So definitely check those out. Then next was the Python water changing system. These are amazing. If you want to know more about these, check out the video we made about them not too long ago. I linked it a little while back if you're not watching this live. And also, if you're not watching this live, I will probably just do a product review playlist in the end cap of this, so you can be able to click on that and check that and a few other things out if you want. Then after that, the mag float cleans algae. It's a magnet, one side on the outside of your tank, one side on the inside. You wipe it across, algae disappears. Most people who have this and also have people over frequently, you shouldn't have to do anything, because they're going to be so amazed by this that they're just going to sit there and scrub your aquarium for you. It's awesome. Then we talked about the all-in-one tank kits. I have this Cobalt c-vue 18 here because we do have it on sale currently for $189.99 from $229.99. Don't quote me on that original price. It's been a minute since it's been at original price, because we've been digging this $189.99 price, and so have you. But on Black Friday, these are dropping down to $149.99, and it's going to stay that way all the way through Christmas, just like the rest of our sales. That way you don't have to just pile into the store on Black Friday. We don't want that for you guys. So we just extended every Black Friday sale we have all the way through Christmas. So we really hope that helps you guys out. And you don't feel like you have to rush in here on any particular day to try to get that deal. Hopefully that goes well for you. Let's see here. The Rob says $150 gift card for the Reef is perfect for Christmas. I agree. I absolutely agree. You can get them in the shop or on our online store, TheReefIndy.com. Brandon Charmer says, I love the plushies. They're so amazing. I was talking about them earlier. I've got like 5 and I probably need some more. Brandon Charmer also says, can confirm Python system is one of the best things I've ever bought. Absolutely. I agree. And again, if you haven't seen our video that we just posted of that, where I'm going over the entirety of everything Python products puts out, check it out. I've left it in, well, I will be leaving it in a card in the video a little further back. So if you hit that info button right around here, then you'll see that in the list now. If you're not watching this live, if you're watching this right now, it's not there. Don't go looking for anything. I'm sorry. It's a wild goose chase, but I will fix that tomorrow and put that up there. And the number one, absolutely the number one thing you can, the best thing you can get for an aquarist, especially if you don't know their tank or if they haven't requested something specifically, a gift card. Find out what their favorite aquarium shop is, which it should be the Reef Aquarium Shop in Indianapolis, Indiana, if they're anywhere in the Midwest. So grab them one of these. Again, you can get them in the shop or on our online store, TheReefIndy.com. And that is the best thing, because you don't want to go in getting anything living, because that could mess up the aesthetic, or you don't know exactly what kind of conditions that they have for their stuff might not work for what you're trying to give them. So it's just a big no-no trying to do that, especially if they haven't specifically asked for that exact thing. Yeah, let's see here. I doesn't look, if anyone has any, that's kind of the end of my spiel here on what to get and what not to get for an aquarist as a gift. And I'm kind of done with that. So if you have any questions about what you've seen here, or if you have any suggestions for other cool gifts that would be good for an aquarist that aren't livestock, or anything living or decoration, drop those in the comments. And yeah, I will discuss those or get into answering your questions. Rob Aquatics says best LFS in the Midwest for sure. Thanks, man. That's awesome. I hope so. I hope so. We strive to be, and we strive to be even better than that. You guys should. We're not really ready to make any sort of announcements yet, but you should really see our 5-year plan. It's impressive. And I am so excited for the future. Not just so in the immediate future, we have the website that we're building and coming up. Again, right now you can only do the gift cards on it, but we're building that up, and I'm very excited for what's going to be going on there and how we're going to do it. Cool stuff. But even beyond that, with our physical location, we have some massive plans for the Reef Aquarium shop in the next 5 to 6 years. So buckle up, everybody. It's going to be a really fun ride, but it's going to take us a minute to do what we want if we want to do it right. If it's worth doing, it's worth doing right the first time, and then upgrading. That's our motto, because I mean, if you've been around, you know we constantly upgrade everything. If once we're done with one project, we start on another, and we have so many things going on here. And I think that's how we got to this point of we're just kind of busting out of the seams in our current store, and it's too small to hold us right now. And we're in a position to where we could actually fix that in the near future. So look forward to good things. Again, that's years away. So, but it's happening. New shirt alert. Actually, speaking of that, we are going to have stuff on Black Friday sale for that as well, part of our swag, but I'm not going to tell you what that deal is yet, because that's not being announced right now. The Cobalt stuff was announced today, and I will post a panel on that panel that you saw earlier on our Facebook page probably tomorrow. So that will be up there if you forget about it, and whatnot. And again, I'm going to be posting all of those Black Friday deals on a big catalog, and posting those to Facebook as well, so you won't miss anything. That one guy says, I need to upgrade the lighting on my 120. I got the Aqua Sky, but it isn't doing it for me. The Aqua Sky. Are you talking about the fluval one? Because yeah, I mean, if it's just a single fixture on that 120, yeah, it might be struggling a little bit. You could definitely put something more powerful over that. Are you trying to do anything super fancy in there? Because if not, I mean, you could just bump up to like one of the higher ones, like the plant fixture, and get a little more control over your spectrum and a little brighter. But yeah, the fluval, cool. You could get just the next one up and go with the planted. But on a 120, I mean, depends on the depth on that one too, but you could just go with a couple nice cannons that are going to pop down in there and give you some good penetration, like Kessel's or AIs, something like that. Those would be good options, but potentially overkill depending on what you're doing in the tank. It just depends, but those are awesome fixtures. So if you're not doing anything that extravagant, but potentially want to in the future, go ahead and grab them now, because they're great fixtures. They're going to work well for you. Rob Aquatic says the store has changed so much in the last 2 years, and yeah, no kidding, man. Especially in the last 2 years, things have just taken off a lot for us, and we gave the shop a big facelift, and one of the biggest things was remodeling the fish rooms. That was the biggest thing that needed to happen, and B, I think what made the biggest difference. The first thing a couple years ago was when we remodeled the salt room, and yanked everything out, kept the perimeter tanks, put those big coral raceways down the front, and put the screen menus over the corals. That, I think, and then that custom bashy system on the where we keep the fish on that back wall, and just how sleek that looks. I think that's what started it all. Once we saw how clean and professional the salt room looked, and we put that blue tin behind everything, and gave some texture to it. Put the grid wall in front of it for merchandising, and it just looked so sharp. And we realized that, the rest of the store could look this way. The rest of the store could look as amazing as this. And so we did it. We started replacing things, and little by little we converted the entire store over to the way that the salt side looked, because it was just so clean. It was crisp. The rimless tanks in there, just the black on the blue. It looked nice. So we wanted to create that across the whole thing. And then once the pandemic hit, that is when we shut down for an entire month, and we closed for the entirety of April. And even before we did that, we dropped to curbside and delivery. We gave a warning that we were going to shut down. That way, if you needed to grab stuff beforehand, you could. And even while we were shut down, we were still in the store. I think the biggest thing is that we just wanted, that was when it was new, and we wanted to see how it was going to play out. And we were in a position where we were able to do that and still able to take care of all of our employees, which was amazing. But once we shut down, that gave us the opportunity to basically rip apart the freshwater room. Because if you remember, that was super packed, and there was dead end aisles, and like 5 of them, and it got very cramped, and people got pinned in the back, and it was a cluster, man, to be honest. So we took that, the freshwater room, and while we were still using the same systems that we had before, it's a whole different room now. We've got a big old bagging station. It's way more open. We have islands instead of aisles, so you can go around the whole thing. It just makes way more sense. And once we did that, we put the signage up, we got new displays, and it's just been snowballing from there, you guys. And yeah, it's very, very exciting. Very exciting. That one guy says 5 foot long, 26 inches high, if that helps. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you're trying to get some good plant growth in there, you might just want to bump up to the cannons. If it was like a 6 foot or something like that, then maybe just upgrade to that fluval strip. But you still got some decent depth that you're working with. So again, depending on exactly what you're doing, just upgrading that strip looks like it should be, enough for you. But if you're trying to do anything beyond like crypts and some easy stems, you just grab some cannons, some pucks that are going to drop light at a good depth into the tank. I think that's what you're going to be looking for. And yeah, we've got like 2-3 good options in the shop to definitely come check out. And thank you, Branded Charmer. He says, yeah, it looks really nice, talking about the shop. I very much appreciate that. All right, I think that's going to wrap it up for us today on this live. If you found something interesting or useful in this, please give the video a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Subscribe and hit that bell notification, and that's going to let you know every time we go live like this, and every time we post new content. Which, cross the fingers, I should have a video coming out soon, a non-live video coming out soon. I've just been backed up with all this Black Friday stuff, trying to get that ready for you guys. It's been a little hectic, so I just haven't gotten gotten a video together. I've got like 6 of them lined up. So I just haven't had the time to crank them out. So they're coming, I promise. I have a lot of good ideas. And if you ever have any feedback for what you want to see, please drop it in the comments. I would love to hear what kind of videos you want to see me make. Honestly, the most popular ones have been product reviews and product unboxings, specifically products. So I was going to try to lean a little more into that, but I also want to give you a good variety of content as well. So whatever you want to see, drop that in the comments as well. I want to thank you for joining us today. It has been a fantastic time hanging out with some products and these adorable green PLECO plushies. And yeah, again, if you're not watching this live and you still have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and once I see them, I will happily answer those for you. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time. Bye.